following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Bowie wowie!
Of course! Of course!
Anyway, we should stop standing.
Well, you find yourself in a musty room, which is surprising considering it has a door.
Close the door and check the locking mechanism.
The locking mechanism is a bar that just slides down there that will be turned by the external thing and closed like a lock. A bit of wood was clearly wedged in to stop it locking into the jam, so it wouldn't.
I'll put it back.
Okay, give me a pick locks. So okay, you can't do that. You try, but it fails.
Okay.
It just the lock slides down and pushes the wedge down. You're like, oh, that's been tricked.
I don't think I can put it back the same way.
I don't understand how those work anyway.
I mean, I could lock it permanently, but I don't think that'll help us.
We might need it as a way out anyway. That's true. Well, that's a light cross.
You're still going to need a stirrup.
They've got one on the front.
Yeah,
Right, yeah, so.
sure. Yours does, they generally don't.
Load that. We should be careful.
So, I have to ask, are you dropping a regular coral into that or one of the silver tipped ones?
What are the regular ones?
That's brave.
Well, you see, regular ones are just sharpened wood. Very good for vampires. Not so good for most other things.
So this
Slap a whole stake
this
on
place
it.
is full of scrolls.
Yeah, it's like, you know those, okay, there's like little square pigeonholing web and those ladders you get in oldie-timey libraries.
Yeah.
Leading up to another story of them up there, and it's just scrolls!
The same for just around that little corner there.
Just like poof.
Cool.
Are there any markings on the shelves themselves?
No, it seems you're expected to know.
Or if I take one and read
Dust pours out with it. What was that? No.
I'll like open it. Like what is the contents?
It appears to be a faded portrait of a landscape.
So if I take another one, it's another.
Where are you taking the other one from?
So like this one, and then I'll go like down here and take this.
A faded portrait of a building on a landscape.
Well, it certainly is a gallery.
Strange. Many odd things to collect. Where are we showing us this? So when we come around that corner there are doors, I imagine?
There are archways.
Oh. So from this corner then, I just want to listen because it says there might be a guard station around the corner.
There is not.
How lit is the inside of this place?
It's fucking awesome.
Bam.
Got an Urban Dictionary, Alexander Famit's lit. Yeah, no, it's
It's pretty well lit.
This area in the gallery has some lanterns hanging from above that are moderate.
Yeah.
But inside it seems the lighting is better.
Okay. I don't think we'll be able to do any hiding on the inside.
Not in shadows anyway. There's no guard station around the corner. So we might have an easy...
Redimir, I don't think we're doing any hiding. You are covered in Strumbler armor that's damaged, and I look like a wizard.
Because you are a wizard. Because you are a wizard.
But yes. That's beside the point. We're just talking about appearances right now.
Such as wizards look, anyway.
You're right. Well, I think we have a...
So, is Radomir cognizant of him saying these things?
No.
No? So, it just looks like I'm being weird.
A little bit. But he doesn't think you're not weird.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, I talk to myself anyway.
Yeah.
So, like...
If we're lucky, we have a straight road to that room.
That should probably be the first place we check.
A woman in a long dress walks around the corner and just starts picking scrolls out of the thing and unrolling them, putting them back, and then...
Is she transparent?
Not really.
No. But she doesn't, like, notice us, or...
Not yet.
So that's just an archway as well? Into
Yes.
this area?
Oh shit, hang on. That is a door. That is an archway. He's got the little door thing there.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Do we just try to slip through
This
there?
would be a lot clearer with the actual blueprints.
We'll go in behind her. Just move out this way.
Okay. Second he moves, she turns around.
That's what she does.
Yes.
That's what I was going to do. Not with the crossbow.
She looks angry and annoyed.
And we don't recognize her.
No, she's got an intricate set of braids and hair, low-cut V gown that's just very plain and has like a bit of pattern stitched around the hem. It's in red, pale red.
Yeah, I'll mouth sorry in Burmanian and just like push her. Just like sort of like make a show of like hurrying him out of the
Clank, clank. Words. Just words on the scroll she's pulling out.
What if the thieves guild is just making convenient use of this time?
Well, the hairstyle and mode of dress are not current.
No.
Okay, so we'll slink into there.
Alright, so if we get up here and then because we just want to go to this room, right?
I don't remember what any of that is.
Yeah, neither do I. So presumably this is a door here, right?
Yes.
So there's a... I see. So we want to go...
And it will be shut.
Can I open it?
It's not locked. And it can't be.
It can't be opened?
I mean, it can't be locked.
Oh.
There isn't a lock.
Just open the door.
You open the door, and there's a guard standing right there.
Close the door.
Sure.
Where was he?
How was he facing?
He was facing right at you.
Oh.
Did I catch a brief glimpse of this before?
If you want. He looked oldie-timey.
Oldie.
Like he had like a mustacheless face and like a neatly trimmed like Lincoln beard.
He looked like an old guard, so we might be able to get through. How do you want to play it? You first, my lord.
I'll open the door again.
Okay.
Excuse me. Open the door more. He's in the way a little bit.
I'd say, what is going on here?
You question me? A knight? I should have you flogged.
No, my lord. I do not question you at all. Please, I'm letting you in.
Go about your duties.
Yes, he runs off.
That was easy. Well, let's carry on. I don't think it'll work on any of the real ones.
I don't know. It might. Being a knight seems to be convenient.
So is.
I never thought much of it back in the day.
Well, I'm guessing you're heading for the chapel then.
Is that where the door to this place is?
Yes, you notice there isn't one?
Yeah.
Because it's accessed from the next story up. and then you go down into it.
I would know that.
The other way is if you go into the exposed exterior courtyard here, and you can go in that way.
This is upstairs, right?
Yes, it is. It is also the audience chamber, where the Duke would sit and pronounce his judgments. Not the Archduke, the Duke.
Yeah.
That's like the main gathering chamber.
So if there's likely to be people in there given what's going down.
You don't hear any voices. Except like distant murmurs.
If the audience chamber is just filled with the ghosts of people who had judgment pronounced on them, we could just slip through.
Suddenly, you roll perception checks.
Yeah.
Wait, did on.
You hear the distinctive sound of chainmail clanking as a patrol is walking down the hallway.
Just into the audience chamber, because that's where we're standing, right?
You going up the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay, you pile up the stairs.
Yeah.
So
Can
you
you be
are
any
up
louder?
there. There's a big chair. There's a little chair thing there. There's like semi-transparent people in ducal coronets sitting there, like waving and proclaiming. And there's just a mass of unfortunates. Some of them are being flayed. Some of them are being drawn and quartered. They're actually overlapping.
Are the jukes overlapping?
Yes. Some of them are being exiled to Strumblood.
They're gonna have a great time.
And they're acting like that's the worst torment, worse than any of the others you're seeing.
Cowards.
Shut up!
Some are being flogged.
We should get
Some are being just clapped in irons and led away. No one seems to be getting off, because of course you wouldn't be an unquiet dead if you were happy with your treatment.
So where can we go from here?
Your choices are very limited. There's 2 doors, one at either end of the gallery. That's not on the map anymore, you're on the first floor now. It's basically, this area here is like on the first floor, and there's a door leading out there and a door leading out there. And when either side of those doors is a mystery to you.
What was the best way to get into the chapel?
You don't know. You've never got to the first floor.
So this is south, this way?
Yeah.
Let's try the south door.
Just get up to that door.
Yeah.
Not locked. No locks.
You don't know. Opens easily. Door opens. You hear a clink, clink, clink as a little wooden wedge falls onto the floor.
Trying to catch that shit.
He
knows
I know how to do this.
You can automatically catch it if you don't make a roll.
That's so suspicious, but I want to catch it, so I catch it.
Moving like a greased panther, Radomir goes like...
Nice.
He's like, not the only. And then Radomir's standing there with a wedge in his hand. He's like, perhaps I am not so old. You slip through the door and then he expertly replaces it.
You knew how to do that?
I saw you fail.
You could have just said something.
It was too late then. Nope.
What? Okay, where are we now?
You are in a corridor. There's an open rail to view down there, and there's like various spectral and semi-solid nobles around there, and you can see off across there where there's more, and they're all like, "Huzzah! Huzzah! We bones are pieces of shit!"
Can we go east? Can we go this way?
Yes, actually, you can go this way, and that has an observation gallery into the open court here, and it has a little stairway leading down there, but it also carries on around over top here, and you don't know what's around there on the other side because it's walled off.
I think that stairway is the way to the...
I think we can get in down there.
Just head down the stairway.
You also will notice while you're up there that across the way are some very fine doorways. Like, really nice. They look like they're important. In fact,
you want to know?
there could be things beyond.
Go to this room and then check out those doors.
5 doors.
Crap.
It's very convenient that Adrian has talked into doing stupid shit.
I mean, well, I wouldn't have a campaign if it wasn't that way.
Yeah. So down the stairs. Is it like really? Is it like a very like narrow,
No,
cramped?
check out the doors. Right?
No, we're coming down the stairs first.
Yeah, but you look at them.
Oh, we're looking at the doors. Yeah.
No, yeah.
So, perception check. This is where you both bust.
I have succeeded.
Fuck!
I have also succeeded.
Okay, that's actually good. So you'll notice that there's a wedge in one of them. Just like the ones that have stopped others from locking.
Could be Roya letting us know where to go. Maybe too recent though.
The thing is, we just stopped the doors from locking.
Did you want to read the little brass plates that are hard to read in this not well lit area?
I would like to try.
You can, if you get close, you just can.
Oh, I mean, like, how far away are they?
They're on the doors.
They're on the doors.
So
Oh,
it's just you just got to get closer to read them.
Get a bit closer and read them.
It looks like there's a plaque on it.
Roman.
This is totally not bait.
Well, what do you want to do, Radomir?
It's likely, if Roman knew anything about the real conspirators being there, maybe we should check there first.
Meanwhile, Saphiro heads off towards a tomb.
Oh, he's off on an adventure.
He has to do certain things to get what he wants.
Community service.
Well, he just yells, "Give me what I want!"
More like we're expecting you to die and the problem goes away.
No, that's not what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. Give me what I want.
I'm missing the reference.
Oh, it's just that was the last like what Batista did at WrestleMania this year.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I just like the first WrestleMania I've missed in ages because fuck Roman.
Hey, we're going to Roman's room.
Oh, you sure about that? You could just go away. Just turn around. Walk away. I'll give you your life. Okay, haven't seen Road Warrior. Never mind.
I would.
Now we're even.
I mean, I've seen Road Warrior. I just placed the.
Just walk away. Alright.
To Roman's room.
Clink. But actually, you just pull the wedge.
Yeah, you pull the wedge out and it just open.
The room is sparse. It looks like it's been tossed over. The writing desk is the only area with anything remotely useful on it. Because it's the only area with anything on it that isn't like a bowl of fruit or some shit like that. There's a number of documents there, mainly about like funds and stores and allocations and taxes and rents and poverty and food shortages and oversupplies and all of that. There's also these. While you pour over them, I'm going to do these. I'm going to come back and drink some more.
What do you have?
I have an invoice for the week for a bunch of services and supplies. Oh, there, her earnings household should disperse before we.
Dude, knights are like reasonably cheap.
I think they just have a lot more men-at-arms, footmen. Or that's a cover for something. It does just say knight.
But just his, it's his footmen, I suppose, not footman.
The exercise camp is mainly composed of peasant families who are performing camp setup drills. Small contingents and such.
Rope and stakes. Silver ingot.
Just the one?
Just one. Oh no, it says 2. Silver, 2 ingot.
50 footmen under command of a single knight. So that must be... Is that the invoice for the camp then that he was investigating? I guess if you got 50 footmen to a knight, that's why you pay so much more in footman costs. Can I roll military tactics to see if see how much that sort of measures up to how the camp's been described?
Only on the wages. You wouldn't
Yeah,
know
on the
anything about the
wages.
disbursement of anything else.
Yeah.
He's more likely as an agriculture. Oh, never mind.
Imagine if you had to use the ring to get agriculture back.
That'd be something. But like, that's just what we were trying to work out, right? To work out the wages for the...
Yeah, so I'll roll on the wages.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Not quite dead on.
But you have made it.
Yes.
So, what exactly do you want to know about them?
Job spec, is it?
Fuck you, I'm the important one.
I'm wondering if the for a start, if the amount they've paid for like the footmen and archers stuff matches up to the ratio of footmen versus knights, and how much they paid
You
for
would
the
know
knights.
that an archer gets paid 4 copper per day. Roughly, depending on location.
Yeah.
You would know a knight is paid 4 silver pieces per day. And you would know that a standard footman is something in the order of 2 copper a day. Something.
So,
Is there an abacus in this room?
oh no, they've got a lot of knights, so they've got a lot of footmen.
That's a week's invoice, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the math shouldn't be too hard for you to do.
How many silver a day was it for the knights?
4.
4. That's a historically accurate number, by the way. Well, give or take, depending on your particular century and region. 4 to 8 silver pieces a day.
So 280 knights, assuming the knight's wage is correct. And then we know how many footmen. That's a lot of footmen. Terrible,
That's a
man.
lot of fun.
It's almost like it's a whole fucking army.
Yeah.
Was this...
Although they did say they're mostly mostly peasant contingents.
Were these two, like, together?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
2 silver. I suppose it kind of feels like it's actually like technically less on footmen than you would pay for that many, but probably because they're peasants.
How much did you say a footman was? Like 3 copper?
Yeah, they're paid in coppers.
Yeah, and they've got like nearly 4,000 silver.
Right a minute.
I'd have to get eyes on the camp to know if they really were a peasant unit doing drills.
So it was
and
4 copper,
camp
right?
setup and stuff.
Roundabout. It's actually less than that, but I think, you know.
Yeah. And we don't have a number of how many archers. But
Yeah, that's like 1,500 footmen.
Yep, that works out to about right. I think it was actually supposed to be something like 3 copper per, because that's a guard's rate.
Yeah, well, that's what the equation was like
And so
12.
it's sort of supposed to be closer to like 20,000.
Yeah, the equation was like 1250, but you said it was a bit less sometimes. So
Yeah.
it works out to be about 1,500.
1,500 footmen.
Yeah.
That doesn't equal 3,460 silver, does it?
Yeah. Well, silver's just an extra 0.
Yeah.
And then that's how you turn it into copper.
So there's like almost twice.
You have to divide it by 7 and then divide it by...
In terms of your medieval fantasy setting, that is an army 3 times larger than the armies that would have been sent against Stromblin. 5,000 men is a much more reasonable number for an army in these eras. That's a huge army.
Yeah.
Possibly a collection of armies. There'd be
There.
about 200 odd archers. In a composition known as an assault force. The ratios, I think. You had a decent amount of cavalry there with your knights and squires, etc., etc.
That is, if that isn't just
What would you...
amassing of peasants, that's something to take the city. We probably couldn't even. Strumble probably couldn't even amass an army like that back in the day.
Well, they certainly couldn't now.
A small contingent of soldiers to guard them from animals and such. That close to the city?
I believe he actually... Well, yeah. That's about all you would need.
Yeah.
Like, maybe 50 dudes just to keep the animals at bay from your cook pots and that.
I don't even think Razorballs like this area. From what I've heard, they don't like the flat plains.
Unkegs, though.
It is a sensible place to do camp drills for peasant forces.
Yeah, right near the city, where if everything falls over, you're right near a city. Yeah, the story would check out if the numbers didn't contradict it completely. Battlefield Tactics Roll has told you that.
Yeah. A silver
Someone's
smith?
telling porkies. Oh.
Everything else. Like, the only other place I feel like there could be something wrong is the place we don't know of as food and supplies. This is like, that's a lot of gold, but like it might work out because they probably get more than a week's worth.
No,
in.
that's not worth it. There's no way.
Keep in mind the travel rations for an adventuring party of 4
For a day.
for a week
We
cost something like 20 to 40 silver.
And we eat better than the average army.
That's actually not true.
Is it not?
Armies back in the day ate very well.
Ah, okay.
Until the fighting began, then it was gruel.
Yeah.
Mainly gruel. But it was good gruel. That was like the nutrition value was very high.
Yeah.
It was actually a peasant soldier ate way better than your average peasant did, unless that average peasant happened to be a butcher or a baker or something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, you telling me they didn't get good meat?
Oh, so the reason they get paid 3 copper a day is because they get fed well.
Also, like, you've got to, when you're in the army, it's like your clothing, your food, your billeting is all taken care of. So that's 3 copper a day and all that. Who the fuck wouldn't want to go be young boys? Come be a soldier. Your old man's pushing you out the door to be a soldier because you can send those copper back to us.
And you're not eating any of their food anymore.
What do they need 400 gold worth of ropes and steaks every week for?
I think that might just be a one-off.
That's a lot of rope.
That's a lot of fish.
But there'd be a lot of tents.
Yeah, spending 500 gold on canvas.
It's a lot of canvas.
It'd be real easy for them
Most
to
of
be lying
the-
about where that money's going to.
Most of the wood and the food stuff checks out, but food and supplies being...
You don't really think they spend $300 on a hammer, do you? $200 on a toilet seat.
Food and supplies being 1,250 gold seems a little off.
If you calculate that each soldier who is performing drills would need something in the order of 3 pounds of food a day, average, then that's way off. the amount they're paying for it is also ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you both concluded that
That's
that
whack.
there's some bullshit going on there.
Yeah.
There is some bullshit.
Roman was onto something.
Well, we knew that.
If only we could get him back.
Is there anything else in this room of note? Like, is there something like inside the writing desk or?
I don't know, because you always search for secrets.
I'm bad at this stuff. I'm not Steve. Fuck. Ah, I punched that.
Roll again, he punched that.
Not the same.
Same number.
Not a 6, I'm guessing.
Not a 6.
But, really? Okay. Oof. So, clearly, if this was Roman's quarters, then these must be the rooms for very important people who know stuff.
How big is this room?
Okay, so this is where real world takes over, and I tell you it's a very large, lavishly appointed room. There's like a 4-poster bed. It's like if you knocked over that wall, it might be that big. But in actual medieval terms, luxury accommodations would have been half the size of this room.
Ah,
Because the idea of having lots of space is kind of a more recent thing.
so it's absurdly extravagant.
But that's one of those modern things that just
Sort of
is in
yeah.
this, because it's like you can't ask everyone to just think like an 11th century person. So yeah, this would be very nice, like nicer than any inn you've ever stayed in.
Even the really nice one in Hasseldorf?
Yeah. I mean, as far as like an individual room, you also got like a common lounge area as well. This is probably closer to what Sephiro's been staying in.
If we
This
were,
is a 2-hour-a-night sleep room.
if we were lucky, one of the old inhabitants of the room might pop in and do whatever they did. I imagine they haven't changed much of the layout of the room. Important people stay here. They hide lots of things.
It certainly makes you think that if Saphira had killed Roman,
We could have talked to Ghost Roman.
You're saying a Roman spirit would be wandering around, or Roman, if you
Oh,
would.
don't say that.
I don't know. I don't think we're going to find anything else in here.
There were more rooms with doors like this, right?
Yeah. Perhaps you should look at the other door nameplates.
I'll check the hallway before I go out.
Yeah, you're all good. I think the guards generally don't want to be wandering down halls with tons of dead people in them.
I'll check the nameplate on the next door down, and check how many doors there are in rooms like these in general.
Okay. There's a bunch of names you don't know.
Yeah.
And then there's a door with a blank nameplate.
I'll come back up.
Examining the door, you see a little flicker of light in the crack at the bottom.
Lean close to the door and listen.
You hear...
I'll creep back to Roman's room, where I assume you are.
Oh, okay. We have failed to search for secrets, so there are no secrets.
As far as you're concerned, yeah. There's never an excuse to roll a second one unless you're given an excuse to roll a second one. Like, if you see a dead person walk in and then go over to the bookcase and do something and then walk through the bookcase, then you're like, aha! The
That's what I was
bookcase!
hoping
I
for.
get another roll. Can't find the book, sorry, no. Because you never roll a fucking 6 when you need one. It's the low gain rule.
The other rooms are marked. Someone's in this one and it's not marked.
So the names on the other rooms, do I recognize them from any of the people that we've ever heard about?
Yes. One of them is Duke Heinrich's son. Deceased.
Deceased.
Died recently. Not that you know that.
Do we know he's dead, though?
No, like I said, not that you
Ah.
know that.
have to remember that we're gonna look like thieves to any real people because we broke into this estate on a very auspicious night.
You want to check that other room and get out of here?
I mean, it could be beneficial. Usually Saphira decides what to do. I do want to check that room.
We should do it while there is opportunity. Those guards could come back at any time.
Nice. So we're gonna check the. We're gonna go to the Abbey. The stairs down to the chapel.
Okay.
The chapel.
Yeah. You go down the stairs. There's a door. It leads into the chapel. It's a very nice courtyard. There's a big statue there in the center. Water pouring out of urns and things on it.
What is the statue of?
Several naked women holding urns in various ways.
No jam in the door to the chapel?
Nope.
Can't hear anything going on inside.
You can't. Which is, a little odd. Should be praying going on.
Yeah, definitely this night. Door
It's locked.
This is what I have a wand for this, you see.
Alright, where is it?
I have it on me.
Oh, well,
I like in person. I'd like to try unlocking the door.
okay, go ahead.
Biz.
Click. Lose a hit point.
Tap the door open.
Just open the door like all the way. Very quickly.
Yeah, step inside before we get seen in the courtyard.
What is it inside?
Chapel.
Close the door.
It's rows of pews facing a big altar at the front where clearly like ceremonies are performed. There's a podium and like an actual slab altar and around and that's got a curved back with like little what's the word? There's alcoves with like little god symbols around the place.
We'll close the door.
You close the door. It locks.
Do I see how the lock works from the side?
No,
Oh,
because you don't have pick locks.
okay.
It's inside the door. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
It's
Sure.
inside the door.
Alright.
That's ridiculously complex craftsmanship.
Yeah.
That's how that works, yes.
It's a rich noble estate.
Yeah, that makes sense. They'd be able to hire the best.
Yeah.
There's a chapel.
I mentioned the dais or whatever.
So the alcove is like
here.
this, and then there's a flat bit with two doors. And they look heavy and strapped with iron. And they have multiple locks, like two in each.
And they look like they lead to the room we're trying to get into.
And the chapel is unlit, so you can actually see the slight glow coming from the wizard locks on both of those doors.
This is gonna hurt.
Kick yourselves later.
I'm sure that we always will.
It's just this one very specific decision you've made that's made it slightly harder for you.
Yeah, like that guy would have had to say the passwords. Fuck it. We've made a decision. Left or right?
Left. I'll leave the rest to you. I have no idea about those.
I'll start opening the locks.
Don't you just want to kiss these lips?